Once a war between gods and demons broke out. By Lord's grace, the gods got victory. The demons, breaking down the propriety of Lord and Shastras, were defeated. It was the will and grace of the Lord only, sole factor behind this great victory, yet the gods could not realize it. They thought, this is our victory and this good luck and repute is the result of merely our valor. It took no time for the Lord to smell it. He appeared before them in the form of a wonderful demigod to put away their arrogance, the source of all the vices. The gods could hardly recognize his wonderful form and got amazed at all. They sent Godfire to find out the whereabouts of the demigod. On the arrival of the fire there, the Lord, in the disguised form of demigod, asked him, "Who are you?" The fire said, "Don't you know me? I am Jitveda, popular by the name of Agni, fire, in the universe." The Lord in the disguised form of demigod asked, "What is the power in you being so reputed and virtuous?" Then, the fire said, "I can burn to ashes the entire living and non-living beings of the universe." Then the Lord, in the form of demigod, put a straw before him and said, "Please burn it." The fire tried to the best of his capacity, overpowered by anger, himself blazed from top to the bottom, but he could not burn that straw. At last, he returned back being disappointed and ashamed and said to the gods, "I could not find out the least about this demigod." Then, with the unanimous consent, the god of wind went to that demigod and the Lord repeated the same question to him also, "Who are you? And what is your supernatural power?" He said, "I am known by the name of wind in this universe, I am air and I can blow off all the objects of the earth." Then, the Lord pointed out his attention towards the same straw and asked him to blow it off. The wind god applied his whole strength, but he could not budge it an inch even, and at last being ashamed he returned to the gods. When the gods asked him, "Could you get any trace of this demigod?" Then he also directly answered, "I could not know at all who is this demigod." At last, the gods said to Indra, "Lord, you, yourself, should find out who is this demigod." All right, saying so Indra, no doubt, did go near him, but that demigod had disappeared before he reached there. In the last, watching the curiosity and firm devotion, apparently Uma, the embodiment of spiritual knowledge, goddess Parvati appeared there in the sky. Indra asked her mother, "Who was this demigod?" The goddess Uma said, "That demigod was the well-known Brahma himself. It is his grace and sportive power that the demons were defeated. You, all the gods were but instrumental. It is your sheer ignorance and false pride to consider your victory on the demons as the result of your own vigor and courage. It is your false notion. To remove off your this very delusive annihilating illusion and false pride, the Lord has curbed your arrogance, having appeared in the disguised form of a demigod and creating curiosity in you. Now, understand it very well that in this universe whatever the valor of the great vigorous, the vitality of a powerful, the knowledge of the learned, the austerity of an austere, the luster of the glorious, the radiance of radiance is only a little part of the powers of different frolicsome activities of the frolicsome great supreme Lord and is the center of all the ups and downs in the universe. There exists the control of verily the supreme Brahma, the embodiment of existence, bliss, and consciousness. The egotism of their power and strength of the beings is false and illusionary." Indra's eyes opened with the words of the goddess Uma. He felt ashamed of his mistake having come back. He made all the gods glad telling them the entire mystery.